The Black Bear Podcast gonna keep y'all updated with all the news. It's gonna be a little late, but I gotta get my opinion on everything that's dropping. Appreciate y'all tuning in to the Black Bear Podcast. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. The Black Bear Podcast, one word. Now let's get into this press conference. Jaylon Johnson. Mm, 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 mm. Now they said before we get into it, the whole sex addiction thing is crazy. Addiction isn't good in any form, any shape or form. Addiction is not good. I'm glad the man getting the help he want, but like, I haven't listened to this press conference, so we're all listening to this together for the first time. Maybe y'all heard it and y'all just want to hear me react to it, but let's see. Jaylon Johnson at the podium.
Ain't seen you guys in a minute. How you guys doing? Oh, no responders, just giggles. Good. How are you? Good. Got it. Well, I got a few things I want to start with before. I'm gonna just read it off. First and foremost, I want to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. I would say for dying for my sins, allowing me to have everlasting life. None of what I have or done is because of me, but because of what I have been blessed with. I've been blessed when I didn't deserve it. He is the reason for this season. In high school, I got Proverbs 3:16 tattooed on my arm. Commit your actions to the Lord, and your plans will succeed. I have come to understand what that means and what that looks like as I got older. I put myself out there to grow in my spirit and in my mind. I went to therapy last season for sexual
Oh
addiction.
my, there
That
it
was the
is.
hardest thing for me to open up to my therapist about, as that is something that nobody knew about. As I'm shining on the field on Sundays, I'm battling myself
And
to
he
grow
did not have to tell
throughout
us
the week.
that.
And in that growth, God blessed me with the best season of my life. So I know that God is with me and he deserves all the honor
He
and glory
opened the
for
press conference with his
where I am
sexual
today.
addiction
I want to thank my
admission.
family for pushing me since I was a little boy to be the best man and the best player I can be. My parents sacrificed more than a lot to make sure I had everything I needed.
Okay. I be forgetting about these damn ads on YouTube, bro. They be trying to get some money out you. Don't buy that
My dad
shit.
always taught me about how powerful the mind is. He taught me self motivation. He taught me how to get my mind right to perform. And I've done that since a little boy. Um, I'm sorry. I still believe that my opponents don't think I'm good enough, so I will show them when that time comes, as that's what
Mm.
I've always done since I've came into the league.
And he seems like
My
he
mom
plays
showed
with
me
that
what
type of
strong
chip.
faith looks like. Even when I didn't want to hear it, she tells me what the godly thing to do or to say is. She has been a big influencer on my relationship with God. My brother, I can't say enough about him that will do any justice, but I just want to say, brother, we did it. You did it. When you did it, when you didn't make it to the league after you devoted your life to the game, it hurt me. But you grew something in me that I didn't know was growing, and that was thirst for greatness. You have been everything I needed in my life as a brother, a trainer, and a
Y'all
friend.
gotta remember
We laugh all
the
day
money
going, it's
he's
time to work, damn
making.
it, we work.
This is
We are built
the
off
life
work and more
changing
work.
money. He
You
had
pushed me to
money
train in
before.
over 100
This
degrees
is
since I was in middle school.
generational wealth
You pushed
right
me to
here.
limits I didn't know I had, but that's what you did to yourself. You gave me that same devotion. So I want to thank you publicly. To my woman, I want to say thank you for loving me through the light, through the darkness. Thank you for being my biggest fan and my toughest critic. You hype
Mm-hmm.
me up and you keep me humble all at the same time. You push me to grow to new limits. So I want to thank you. I want to thank my support circle, friends that have became family through tough times and good ones. You guys always supported me and helped me achieve my dreams. The city of Fresno, I want to thank you. So many people contributed to the success that I have now, from taking me to workouts, to and from practices, games, events, etc. So I want to say
Mm-hmm.
thank you for loving me. And the ones looking down on me, I hope that you are proud in this moment. I want to say thank you to Utah and Salt Lake City for taking me as a young kid out of Fresno and helping me achieve my dreams and playing in the NFL. The coaches and players helped mold me into who I am today.
He
So I
worked
am
on
very
this speech.
thankful for my time
He
there.
wrote it
I want to
out.
thank the
Look, you
McCaskey
give me
family,
76,
Ryan
80
Pros in the front
million.
office, and coaches for giving
I'm
me an
gonna
opportunity
prepare a
to play
great
at this
speech too.
magnitude and allow me to stay here in the city of Chicago and play for such a prestigious organization. This organization believed in me from day one and has continued to show that belief in me. I want to thank the trainers, strength staff, nutritionists, cafeteria staff, team med, and equipment team for all helping me perform at my best on Sundays. I want to thank the city for backing me since I came to the Shy. You guys are a tough crowd at times, but you love your Bears and you
Of
want us to be
course,
the
it's
best
that
that we can be.
Chicago
And I
media. It
love and
ain't for
respect you guys
everybody,
for that.
baby.
I'm looking to bring more wins and championships to the city while I'm here. To my teammates, I want to say thank you for loving me and letting my light shine, for being good-hearted people and having a thirst to win. And trust me, it's coming soon. Now open for questions.
Jaylon, this is obviously a life-changing moment for you in a lot of different ways. When
Got him
finally
swagged
got
out with
the
his shirt
deal
on.
accepted last week, what were your emotions just knowing all that went into that?
My emotions. It's hard to put a. I feel like maybe a name or a label on an emotion you never felt before. And I think just for me, it's something that I've always imagined. Of course, I always talked about, always dreamed about, worked towards. So I mean, I think it's something that I was probably trying to anticipate feeling, but I mean, I couldn't really put too much to it, and it wasn't an easy process. So I mean, just for me, just
Hmm.
having the
He was
ups and downs
franchise
of
tagged
emotions,
before they
going
got the
through
deal
different
done. It was
phases of
definitely
the
not an easy
contract. But I mean, at
process.
the end of the day, when you sign and you make it official, you just feel a sense of relief. You feel a sense of breakthrough, not only with the contract with the Bears, but in life.
What was the first thing you did to celebrate?
And do anything. Nah.
Jaylon, when they tagged
He
you,
probably don't even got the money yet. He ain't got the. It ain't hit his
you think
account
in
yet.
that moment, okay, we're close to a deal, or what was your reaction when the tag went in?
Mm.
So are you asking me for if we were
They
close to
tagged
the
you
deal
on
or if
Tuesday.
it was a reaction?
You think you were close to an extension when they tagged you on Tuesday?
Yeah, I knew we were close before the tag.
Before the tag?
Yeah.
So Jalen probably knew that the tag was just a stopgap. He knew they'd get this deal done.
Sign of respect to you for the work that you put in. Did you feel that throughout this process?
Didn't make me a priority. Yeah, I mean, I think for us, I think it was just all about timing. I mean, of course, we were going through some things and trying to work through it in the middle of the season, and then after that, it just turned into focusing on ball. So I mean, once
Yep.
the season ended, kind of let some things settle, and then just starting negotiations up again. So I mean, I think just trying to just knock it out in a timely fashion is something that we knew was going to come. So I mean, just continue to stay to the
They
process
were
and the week to week
negotiating during the
communicated
season, and
during
he
the
said,
season
"I'm
throughout the
done.
off
I'm
season. So I
focusing
mean, it
on
was
football. We'll
pretty
pick it
smooth.
up
I feel like
after
the
the
timing
season."
goes.
And it
When
has
this
not
season ended, the way the
went
defense
the
was
way
playing,
polls
what does it
liked
mean
it to
to
be.
just know you're a big part of what they're building here?
It means a lot. I feel like I've been through a few different regimes, a few different roster changes and things like that. So I
Yeah.
mean, just to continue to have this level playing at a high, I mean, this defense playing at a high level, I think that's the biggest thing I take pride in. Just coming in, being a contributor, being a leader, being a dog on the field, and leading that defense
Man,
to
hey, when
be
Jalen
successful.
balling,
And at the end
man,
of the
he
day,
one
just
of
playing
my
at a high
favorite
level. So I
players
mean,
in
just
this
for us, we got
league.
to continue to raise the bar, raise the standard. And I know we left a lot of things out there last year that I know we want back this year. So just looking forward to working this season, getting back with the guys in the off season, and just continuing to win and get better.
How difficult was it mentally for you during the football season not to think about the contract situation and just focus on football aspect?
Not hard at all. I mean, my biggest thing was the ball. I mean, you
Yep.
guys know my biggest things were all pro and pro bowl, and I know you got to put high level film out there. So I mean, just for me, sticking to who I am, and
And you
I
hit
know the
both
player
of
I am. I
those
know the dog that
goals.
I am, and I know I can go out there and play the game at a high level. And I feel like I've been doing that for my years in the league. So I think for me, it wasn't anything different or new that I feel like I had to do, but just go out there and just give all I had and
Jalen Johnson
continue to
bet on
lock guys down
himself.
like I
Not
always do.
many people bet on
Jaylon, now
themselves.
For you to have opportunities to get back
Themselves.
to the table before you turn 30.
Big, big. Definitely want as many bites at the apple as I can get.
Jaylon, now that you're paid like one of the highest marks in
Meaning,
the league, do you feel
after
any
this
pressure
contract
to
is
live up
over,
to your
by the
contract,
time
or
he's
even
30, he can be eligible to sign
Nah, they was gonna
another
see me
contract.
regardless. It don't. The contract don't change. I mean, contract gets changed to some people, but I'm not one of those. I'm not moved by money or oh yeah. Well now I just am this certain guy. Like no, to me I've been that guy before the contract, before the one of the highest paid. But I mean, for me, I still got a lot to prove to myself.
Yeah, a lot of guys
And I
get the
mean, just
bag and
goals
they
continue to
disappear.
be set, and you set new ones. I mean, the money doesn't stop the hunger that I got.
To that point,
Very
It sounds like from this, it was a very emotional journey from your opening remarks
Hit
here.
that like
How
button,
important
subscribe
was
to
it
the
to have
channel,
this
the
circle
Black
of
Bear
people that were
Podcast.
sitting
One
here with
word,
us
no
today?
Oh,
spaces.
very important. I mean, I feel like I wouldn't, not even I feel, I know I wouldn't be here without the people that I have with me now. So I think just bringing them along to not just see it from Twitter or see it from social media or pictures, but to actually be here and live in the moment with me was something that was very big to me.
Jaylon, you very clearly bet on yourself last year. As it turned out, what was the difference between the Bears' offer at like the trade deadline last year and what you ended up getting? How big of a win was
Pretty big.
it? Can you put it into numbers? Give us a little
Hell
perspective
nah,
on
that's my boy.
how much, on how big the win was.
Pretty big. That's about it.
You feel like you won. I mean,
Nah, I know. No, I mean, yeah, nah, I mean, we
He know.
like you guys know, the value went up. So I mean, we just leave it
Yep.
at that.
You talked about
Yesterday's price ain't
Yeah.
today's price, and Ryan Poe's feeling it.
setting new goals. How do you continue to keep yourself driven in the way you've always been driven to get to this point to keep going?
Oh, who you got another
Why
one?
would I use kayak to compare hundreds of
Yeah.
travel sites at once? I like to do things
Oh, they giving us a
myself.
15-second
I
one.
can't trust anything else to do the job
Yeah, let me
right.
mute this.
Ah!
When you have auto glass,
I think it was two. All right. Hey, folks, bear with me. They want to give us 2 15-minute commercials. Should have just watched this on the Bears website. So I should have did. All right, here we go. Back to it.
In speech or not, but I mean, my dad always he talking about self motivation. So I mean, things change. I mean, I walk on the field. I mean, every time. I mean, I used to think it was funny as a kid, but my dad used to go out and I used to watch him play like flag football. And he used to police Olympics type things, and he would just be talking to himself, and he'd be like, "That dude over there think I'm soft, like he think I'm weak." And I'm like, "Dad, what the hell are you talking about?" And I used to ask him, my dad, "Why are you saying that? Like, did he really say that?" He was like, I believe he did, but like, no, y'all laughing, but I mean, the mind is powerful. So it's like anytime I go out there and I line up against a receiver, I line up against somebody, I really feel and believe that he don't think I'm good enough. So I think for me, when I go out there, I'm gonna punish you because I know I think I know what you're thinking. So I mean, just for me, that's kind of like the mental warfare that you gotta have to stay motivated. And I feel like even now, it's like people gonna see me and think they're gonna earn a check off my name. So I mean, for me, it's like, nah, that's never it. I
Yeah.
feel like people still don't think I'm good enough. And I mean, the way I see it, even the coaching staff, they still got to do a job. They got to replace me, and I'll be damned. So I mean, for me, I still got a lot to prove.
Jaylon
To
Johnson
myself,
got a
to
lot of
any and
confidence,
everybody.
and
So I
I
mean,
love it.
just
I'm a confident
it's
dude
not hard for me to
myself.
stay motivated. I can find motivation in a lot of things.
Jalen, you mentioned finding new goals, finding new motivation. Now that you got the big contract, you got all pro, got Pro Bowl. What are those next goals? What's the next level that you want to take it to?
So I got to do
Super
it
Bowl.
again. Some people think it's luck. So I mean, I got to do it 3 years in a row. I got to do it 2 years in a row. So I mean, I know what comes with that. And I mean, too, I feel like for me, I want to be able to have a yellow jacket. I want to be the best 33 to wear the jersey. So I mean, just for me, I have those type
He
of
coming for you,
goals and
Peanut Tillman.
aspirations. And I
Charles
know
Tillman, he
with
coming
things
for
like
you.
that, to get a yellow jacket, you got to be consistently great. And I think for me, that's my goal, is to consistently be great, to have years like I've had for back to back seasons. So I mean, just for me, I think consistent greatness is my goal from a broad perspective. But just as individual goals, I feel like that's something I have to reset going into the season.
When you look back at what you were able to accomplish this last season, what on the field, what were you most proud of?
What was I most proud of?
Interceptions, wins. We didn't get too many wins. We had 7.
Individually?
Yeah, individually. What was you proud of, sir? The INTs. That's what you did.
Honestly, I would just say just the tight coverage, the sticky coverage. Just doing it week in, week out.
Game in and game
I mean,
out.
thinking of back at, I don't think there was ever anybody open in the game. So I mean, I feel like stuff like that is something I take pride in. Being
He
sticky
said, "Well,
coverage.
none of y'all dudes open when I was
And also
guarding
just
you."
making plays in the backfield as well. I feel like even on screens, being aggressive, tackling receivers in the backfield. I think that was something big that I didn't put on film too much, but I feel like just having that.
So he never really cared about the
coverage and being
INTs.
physical
He
in the
just
run
knew
game.
he had to get them to
Jalen,
get the
challenge
bag.
Flus told us at the combine that you rise into the challenge of being a ball guy and getting the interceptions. That was another box for you to check. What do you think will be next as you go into year 5?
Doubling it, doing it again.
8 interceptions.
I mean, just doing it again. I mean, I feel like I can't even say a specific number, but
She's talking
just
about
doing
8.
it again,
No,
I
he
feel
mean
like,
doubling it, as
like I
in
said, I
do
feel
it
like people think it's
twice,
luck doing
not
it one
8
time. So, I
interceptions.
mean,
You got to
I
be
guess the
careful when you're
challenge for
talking to
me is
these people,
to do it
man.
again, to do it better. And I feel like I should have had 6, 7
And that's Courtney
interceptions
Cronin. I
realistically.
like
So
Courtney.
I
She
think
knows
for
what she
me, just kind
talking
of not
about.
missing opportunities.
Jalen, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Kevin Byard, who they just brought in, plays left.
think he's a dog. He's been playing the game at a high level for a long time.
Kevin
so I'm definitely
Byard,
glad to have him.
guy I was
Have you
just
seen them
talking about.
building this defense, free agency and this offseason? Have they shared their goals for what they want it to be?
I barely got here in the off season, so I mean, I can't say what their goals are. I know we got dogs at all levels. So I mean, I think just being in with the departure of Eddie, I think kind of put the glue back together in the secondary that we needed. Linebackers, I feel like are stacked between TJ, Tremaine, Jack. I mean, we got some depth at backer. I know we got some dogs up front. So I mean, just continue to build depth. I would
Keep it
assume, but I mean, I
pushing.
can't
Yep.
just say they told me their plans.
You're one of a few current Bears who have said, been in favor of Justin Fields staying as a quarterback. If it turns out that he isn't and that the Bears go a different direction and draft a quarterback, do you think that'll be an issue in the locker room? Will that be anything that the Bears, Eberflus, Bulls have to overcome and be wary of if they go with another quarterback?
Be wary of. I mean, I can't just say that. I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, we know the business that we're in. So I feel like
Right. Everybody knows.
I feel like it wouldn't be mature of us as a locker room not to rally together in
Well said.
spite of
Jaylon
having
Johnson.
Justin leave. I know what it would do to keep him here. I know how we would feel with him here. But I mean, I feel like just at the end of the day, we'll all have our opinions, our emotions. But as far as the locker room staying together, I think we have the right guys in the locker room to keep everything
Well
together, to keep us
said,
together. And I
sir.
mean, at the end of the day, we're all here to win
Hey,
ball games.
Bears
So
fans, y'all need
I
to
don't
be
think it's about
excited. Y'all better
necessarily our
be.
feelings or you did this.
We
you
gonna
did.
make
I mean,
some
we all here to
fucking
win
noise
games.
in this
So
division.
whoever that Holes brings in, whoever the staff brings in to help us win games, that's what we're gonna rock with.
Whenever like contracts get signed, we see the years, we see the big number, but then when you look further into the details, you look at the guarantees. How much of that, knowing where you stand now at your position with the guaranteed money, was
Where do I stand?
kind of your second behind? I think Denzel Ward has the highest guarantees, but you're right there. Like, how important was that for you in having your contract structured that way?
Everybody want
Really
guaranteed
big.
money.
And again, I feel like for me, it's one of those things where I get the guaranteed money and I get another bite at the apple and I get to do it
Yep.
again. So I think for me, that's the biggest thing, just to make as much money as fast as I can and then get back to the
Yep.
apple and do it again. And then
I love how he not shy to.
Talk about what it means to have generational wealth. Like, how do you process that?
How do you process it? I mean, it's hard now because I mean, it hasn't hit my
Look, I
account.
knew it didn't hit his. I knew that money
Even though I
ain't
have
get
an
there
answer for
yet.
you in a little bit when it hits my account, I kind of think about it. But I mean, even then, it's gonna hit my account a few times. So I'll have to figure that out when that time comes. But definitely a lot of pre-planning, a lot of preparing myself. And I mean, even for me, I feel like it was.
All right. That's enough because they want to give us another ad. So we go ahead and end that. But that was Jaylon Johnson. Look, I'm a huge fan of Jaylon Johnson. Hold on. There's about 7 minutes left for that press conference, but I'm a huge fan of Jaylon Johnson. I love what he preached. I loved how he's not afraid to tell, look, I want my money and it's about the money and I can't wait to get back to the negotiation table and do it again. Excuse me. Look, appreciate y'all tuning in to the Black Bear Podcast. I'm your boy, Mark Robb. We will be live this Saturday. Tune in. We talking all Bears news from this week. It's going to be a lot more. This is just day one. This Saturday, tune in. The Black Bear Podcast. One word, live. I want y'all in that chat. I want y'all bringing all y'all Bears complaints or hopes and wishes, whatever Bears ideas y'all got. Let's talk about it together on the Black Bear Podcast this Saturday, live every Saturday, matter of fact. Talking Bears football. I'm your host, Mark Robb, again. Black Bear Podcast. Hit that like button, subscribe. I'm gone. Peace.